Howdy Tabletop RPG fans, I'm Wrangleme, Grand Poobah of Game Design, and this Reviews Day topic is the Micronomicon. Micronomicon, a compendium of magic, was an amazing Kickstarter that funded in 3 hours on June 18, 2019. It went on to smash expectations and reach many stretch goals. Originally intended for Tiny Dungeon 2nd Edition or others rules-light RPGs, it addressed a serious problem that many RPGs have: weak magic systems. Designed by John D. Payne with help from various settings from James M. Spahn, Mari Murdoch, Patrick Tracy, Steve Diamond, Sean Carmen, Jeffrey L. Scheifert, Joe McGee, Mario Cordova, Gregory Israel, Carolyn Stein, Stephen Stein, Christopher Ruccio, David Paul Guzman, Quincy J. Allen, Justin Finley, Brad J. Lyon, Ryan English, and Josh Voigt. Art by Robert Denton III, Nicholas Giacchino, Anthony Konoye, Reed Hill, Michael Harmon, Mario Cordova, Grayson Fishy Slap Lyon, and Richard Hershey. Coming in at an amazing 438 pages, this is a Herculean effort that took over 2 years to complete, finally shipping in PDF in August 2021, with print-on-demand following. It uses the core Tiny D6 rules of the Tiny Dungeon 2nd Edition, but can easily be adapted to most any rules-light RPG like Mini-6, D6 system, One Dice, or even more complex RPGs like D&D or Pathfinder or any OSR RPG. From their own product descriptions, it contains 150 plus new spells and scrolls, 100 plus new traits, heritage traits, and prestige traits, 80 plus new magical items, 70 plus new enemies, 11 new heritages, 100 plus new adventure hooks, 21 new settings for your adventures, art on nearly every page, including 70 plus gorgeous new illustrations created just for this book, and much, much more. The book has a terrific table of contents and a wonderful index, but then you really have to have that when your book is 438 pages long. The table of contents breaks up the sections into traits with 15 parts and settings with 21 parts, plus a bonus section by John called Nano Settings. Micronomicon Traits. At first thought, you might think that this is a collection of spells and unique casters, but there is so much more than that. Like atoms of molecules, each system is built with sets of traits that, when combined, can create even more systems and adaptations. This is a system for building magic systems. It also builds unique characters and occupations for those characters. Here's my PDF of the Micronomicon, a compendium of magic by John D. Payne. And you can see that it's this incredible 438 pages of stuff. There was a large number of designers who contributed settings and just an incredible amount of content that was put together. It has a great premise and then starts right into this section 1, traits. And instead of going through each and every page of the traits and everything about the book, I'm going to rapidly go to the index, which is a terrific feature of this. So if we start at the beginning of the index, you will see that it has a whole set of sections inside the index itself where it references each and every page that has a unique property that can be incorporated into characters or spells or systems or things, and how that all pulls together. So even though the beast templates section here in the index is pulling from pages that are in the settings and in the traits themselves, that is all the content in the book that relates to beast templates. And then there's curses, drawbacks, and demonic traits. Then there's droughts and alchemical. And droughts and alchemical continued. Then enemies, and a vast number of the enemy properties are in the traits section, but some of those properties are actually in the settings section as they pertain to specific settings. Enemies continues for quite a long ways. Then there are heritages, and these are unique traits that are associated with the races or heritage of each of the different settings and character classes and things like that described in the traits section of the book. And a whole group of sections on magic items, and then spells, and lots of spells. And finally, traits that are standalone traits, traits for enemies, lots of traits for enemies, traits for familiars, traits again for based on heritage, and traits for prestige. And so most of these are associated with a specific class, but a few of them might be related to a setting. Things like the reclaimer trait for the ink slingers. And so there are a variety of ways to approach looking at the content of the book. But I like the fact that they've identified all the traits in the book by types of traits that then you can go back and look at. And that includes things about spells and magic items and creatures, and the list goes on and on. Next, we show the settings. The Micronomicon settings section includes 21 magical settings and 6 nano settings of 100 words each by John D. Payne. So part 2 of the book is the settings, and it's a collection of 21 settings and then some nano settings. And I'm going to skip ahead to one of John D. Payne's original settings here in the book called the Crossroads. While each of the various settings is extremely creative and done by different designers, this one's done by John, and it is an interesting in its own way because it takes on a fantasy setting that pits people in a modern setting, but with fantasy abilities and including magic. And so he has some inspirations listed here, songs and things that he's read or games that he's played. And he's given some of the traits that he thinks: Dark Alleys of the Soul, the Gate Crashers, the Ink Slingers, the Knowledge Arcana Inc., and Rule of Three and the Woken. So you could take sections of this and use it with other sections from the book to build out your own unique setting. And if you look at how he's laid this out, he's got coming to the crossroads, places and faces, and so he's describing the setting. He's talking about this small town and why it's unique. And then he talks about the people that live at this place, and the smokehouse, and the people who work at the smokehouse, and all the various people, the Golden Heights trailer park, and pulls together and knits together this idea, this tapestry of what it is to be at the crossroads and why it is magical, and then takes you through a number of adventure hooks that could happen at the crossroads, and sort of some of the ideas that get played out. Who are these gods? Why are they incognito? What is their dilemma? Where do the PCs fit within all this? And so it's a very original setting about these mystical people that exist at this small country crossroads, and what it is that they have and the powers that they exhibit. And so I think it's a neat take on a fantasy that is maybe not quite modern urban, but might be modern rural. The nano settings are 6 magical worlds in 100 words. These are examples of very concise descriptions of a setting that might inspire a game master to create a new magical world of their own based on this concept. When I originally backed the Kickstarter campaign, I hoped that maybe I'd get a cleverly designed RPG zine with some original content and a unique system for adapting magic to a unique homebrew setting. What I actually got was extraordinary. It encompasses the system's unique magical heritages, different magical occupations, original enchanted world settings, and much, much more. This is all collected together in something that any RPG enthusiast will gain value from. I highly recommend adding this to your own collection. See my links to purchase your own copy below. Your purchase using my affiliate link will help support this channel. This episode is brought to you by Kaboomkin, the smaller, faster, funnier RPG of cartoon fairy tale post-apocalypse mayhem. It's time to blow stuff up. Get it now at www.kaboomkin.com. Thank you all for watching this episode. Hit like, subscribe, or ring the bell, or Booger will get you. If you want to see more videos like this, go to hopspush.com and buy an RPG or t-shirt. Do good, annoy evil, and bye-bye.